Killed by a Serial Killer. Written by Trey Deibel. Narrated by Joe Gomez. Chapter 1. Spirits. March 18, 2023. I felt a pain in my chest, like a ball of needles was pressing against it, and I had no recollection of anything. No memories, no idea of who I was, nothing. A blank slate. A light was radiating against my closed eyelids. I awoke, and my gaze slowly focused on the naked bulb above me, dangling by a thin wire connected to a wooden ceiling. It started slow, but I soon became somewhat aware of my body, though it took a minute to realize no movement was possible. My legs were straight as posts, and my arms were stretched out like a butterfly. Pulling my head upward, I saw thick leather straps over my arms, legs, and stomach, tightened like a belt. I could hardly feel them against my skin, only the pain in my chest. My quickening breath was visible in front of my face as I realized I was strapped to a wooden table. Saliva pooled in the back of my throat, and I swallowed, panicked. More saliva came, and over I gulped it down as a half-baked method to soothe my mind and heart. Although it really did little to help. I twisted my limbs, turning my legs and arms, barely feeling the friction of the fabric tug against my skin. Then a man appeared over me. Strong brown eyes gazed down at me through a mask made from a bear's skull. Brown hair just as wild-looking. In his hand was a knife, fresh blood dripping down the steel and over the handle, and his black glove. I jolted awake to see Blake tugging on my arm. "Troy!" he repeated over and over again. I sat up, dazed. My body felt numb. In fact, I couldn't feel my body at all. "Troy!" Good. That must have been some jacked-up nightmare. Now I must be awake. "What?" I answered. "Troy! We're dead!" Blake yelled in my face, his hands wrapped around the neck of my shirt. "Troy, we are dead!" he repeated while squatting over me. What are you talking about?" I squinted. "You don't remember?" "Remember what? What's going on?" I shoved his hands off my shirt and slouched up against a wall behind me, still dazed. He was the only thing I could focus my vision on. The scenery around me was a complete blur. "Troy, he killed us!" Blake panted, clearly shaken. My mind raced for an answer. Who? The memories then flooded back in my head, and I was taken back in time, back to the moment it happened. The moment I died. This has been Killed by a Serial Killer, written by Trey Deibel, narrated by Joe Gomez. Copyright by Bruce Deibel III. Production copyright by Bruce Deibel III.